Salutations. So if you can't tell, we're recording the audio here from this Poly Tracker Mini, and here's a tip for anybody who did not know this, just like I did not know this. I bought this thing when it first came out, brand new, and it took me until now to understand how this functionality works. I believe when I switch this page off of the audio recording page, it's going to drop the microphone, so I'm going to leave it here for a second, but I'm going to explain it and then I'm going to show you that with this firmware 2.0 update, it gives you the option to have the USB output for the device usable on the Mini the same way it was on the regular tracker and the tracker. So it's bringing in a previous problem that they solved on the other devices, but this one's more powerful. Now, it gives you the option of setting the audio via USB output or input or plus output. And that's pretty confusing because to me, input would be the input to this device, output would be the output from this device, and then both of them should work fine. But apparently the way this is set up is that input means the USB input from this thing to whatever device the USB is connected to, and output means from the phone all the way down into the tracker. But if you put it on input plus output, it does something as if it's trying to do a sample rate that's not recognized. Like it just, the recordings are all kinds of messed up, and I'm gonna try to show you. I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna switch over to the configuration page and just step through the process so you can see what I'm talking about. Hopefully this is helpful for somebody else other than me, because I've been trying to figure out this problem for so long, and even been in contact with support, sent this device for service, and I feel like I finally understand now how this works after months, literal months of trying to figure out how this is actually going to work with my phone. So if this is working the way I think it's working, you should be able to hear my voice on the phone as it's going from the phone. Well, it's using the phone as the microphone and going to the tracker. I don't know for sure. We'll find out in a second. Yeah. Now this hopefully that works. I'm going to review the video and make sure that it's kind of illustrating my point clearly. We'll see, but this is somebody else who's been fumbling and stumbling around with this thing for a minute to try to figure out how it actually functions with a USB device paired via a factory USB cable, Apple camera connection kit, all the things they recommend. And finally I've got this thing figured out. I think. Fingers crossed. Okay, just to cover my bases, I'm going to edit this onto the end of the previous video. So this is the factory USB cable that is coming out of the Apple camera connection kit from the Apple Store, the one that costs like $30 or whatever. This joint right here, poly factory cable. This is a USB Lightning to USB-C going to a battery in my pocket. I've done this with it plugged into the wall wart situation as well. But yeah, all of the recommended factory stuff that I discussed with support that you're supposed to do. The factory cable, again, going right here. I'm going to pop this at the end of the last video. I just reviewed back the video and all that audio dropout says a lot. Polyend, you are a wonderful company. You are very, very supportive, and I love the way you're community building in the forums and everything. Just like help me out with this. This is crazy.